Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager, and today is the day we begin our F1 career. In the last episode, if you didn't catch it, we signed with Panther Race Team in the F1 series. We've got two guys here, Rick DeGraff and Nikolai Surikov as our drivers, and they are pretty good drivers, I must say. As far as the car is concerned, 5th place on the grid, 5th best. And if we can win the International GT with the 10th best car on the grid, then winning the F1 championship might not be too difficult, but that's going to be me eating my words here in a minute. Also, one thing that I saw when it came to the GT series, when I look at Saka's Speedworks, which is still alive and well, the house that Saka built, as you can see, Winthrop is still the chairman, but they are a 2.5 team, and Enrica is still signed on, but they have another driver, Priest, and then Mia might be the backup driver. So interesting to see exactly how Saka Speedworks decides to mix up these drivers, but signing Priest is a really big deal. Best of luck to them, for sure. I'm rooting for them from the shadows, and we were trying to sign Toby Hart over to be a crew chief because right now I didn't notice that our mechanic, or our race mechanic, is not that good. So we've got a halfway decent lead designer and race mechanic, but this other mechanic, Lingyi Lei, is not up to snuff. So I'm going to have to see if Toby wants to come over. But now is the time to head to Doha. There's no chance of rain. The high fuel burn with a medium tire wear, so probably mediums are going to be the way to go qualifying on the softs, and I'll be okay to say 8th or above, and that is straight race performance because there is no qualifying. It's an inverse lineup based on points. So if you're last in the championship standings, you will always start on the pole. So we'll try to work our way up to 8th and see what is going on. All right, 13 tires remaining. Let's see. Let's go 5 softs per, and then we need to, let's split the middle and go 1 soft, 1 soft, 1 soft, 1 soft, and let's see, 6 mediums should be able to get us through the race, but I'm not entirely sure. So we'll take an extra soft and 2 mediums. That's new, allocating the tires. And then part fitting. So our primary driver is Rick DeGraff. He is the #1 driver. He should have the #1 part. So let's make sure that purple is indeed the best parts. And 40% is not enough really to put into practice just yet, but it is a lowered red zone. So it won't break as quickly. You can see the red zone here is, say, a third of the way up, and this one is only a 5th of the way up, if that. So, we might be able to put in this gearbox in the next race, hopefully. And everything is good to go. So I will see you not after qualifying, but after practice, and we'll see where we line up for the race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a very productive practice session. Finished 2nd and 4th in practice and got this car setups really, really well. Now, the question is, since we're not relegated to a specific tire from Q2, because there is no qualifying, I think I want to start these guys on opposite tires. That way they're not fighting each other for pit road. So I put Rick on softs because he's starting out front. I want him to try to get a sizable lead, and we'll put Nikolai on the mediums, but they are both running medium tire knowledge. For 15% performance increase. So basically, Rick will be on mediums Rick will start on softs, get on the mediums, and then Nikolai will stay on the mediums, but nice long practice session. We got 15% bonus on the race trim and even 10% on soft tires if we needed to. But let's go ahead and tell Rick to push, and we'll keep Nikolai in the middle. And it will be 1 stop, it looks like. We have to go a little bit further. You can see we've got 23 laps in the tank and 28 laps. So once we get past lap 5, we should be able to make it the entire way on fuel. We'll just have to sort of gauge what our tires do in the grand scheme of things. And remember, a top 5 is the only group of cars that get points. So ideally, we want both of our cars in the top 5 to get as many team points and driver points as possible. Now, Rick does not want team orders. If I give him strategy, it says I'm not taking team orders. So I can't tell Rick to lay over. Rick will just have to decide to do that himself. But I'm feeling pretty good here. If we can get positive points each and every race, that would be ideal. All right, so go ahead and go neutral. We can keep Surkov on a push. Those medium tires are lasting just a little bit longer. And Rick will be the first on pit road, hopefully once we get past lap 5. That's going to be the kicker. He needs to get on pit road to fill his tank up, for sure. Yes, you can get past Ibarra. I'm sure you can. You are an amazing driver. I believe in you. Crap, I forgot his name. Surkov. All right, so, yep, grinding and bobbing and weaving. DeGraff falling back to 7th. Surkov back to 10th. And these are the guys on all soft tires. We're sitting okay as far as the medium tires go. So it looks like a bunch of people are going this same sort of strategy here, that they split their teams. One driver is on soft tires, the other team is on medium. So hopefully DeGraff can make these tires last a few more laps and get into that window. I'm going to see how long we can go on medium tires, but hopefully we won't have to be spending too long on pit road. Once we are within the fuel window, we can just top off and ride on mediums the rest of the way. And DeGraff is definitely making the use of those soft tires, 70% on them, 6 seconds back. But I mean, once again, we're fighting guys who are on soft tires. So the mediums, I'm not too awful worried about. Now, we have a lot of extra soft tires in the pits. So this is where, I'm used to doing 2 or 3 pit stops where, we get the most out of it. But this looks like a chance to do it on, we'll need to go 10 more laps on this particular set of tires. And mediums won't last. So it's just a question of, do we keep putting softs on it? I don't have the 15% bonus for softs. Maybe in the next race I'll practice on the softs unless the track is really abrasive and the tire wear is high and it won't make any sense to be on soft tires. But it's something to consider. One thing I'm glad we don't have to consider is the rain. And it looks like this place has a pretty good weather station. So we can see all the way almost to the end of the race and know, of course, that there's no rain in Doha. So we are past the fuel window, 23 laps to go. All right, so if we push DeGraff a bit the rest of the way, since he is within his window now, this will be the one time that he can stop and not take a whole lot of fuel and be able to change tires. I think I'll put him on the mediums to see where he shakes out. Kurakov is burning through his medium tires, but still in touch right there with the other driver who is on the same strategy of using medium tires. So feeling pretty good for Surkov. It's just going to be a question of, when Rick pits and we get on medium tires, where is he going to shake out? What are the other drivers going to do? This is sort of uncharted territory for me as far as the strategy goes. I'm used to the GT series strategy here. But one thing is for certain, we don't have to pit them both on the same lap. I know tire wear is not helping. As a matter of fact, since you're in your window, pit now. We'll put you on the medium tires. Fuel, we'll just do something like that. So 12-second pit stop. Parts are looking okay. We don't need to worry about charging our batteries. And Surkov is going to stay out. So we'll see where we shake out. Old Rick. He's chewing through the tires a whole lot more. So it looks like those guys can manage their soft tires a little better. We'll be coming off of pit road on brand new medium tires, and that we are the first car on pit road, and we actually Krantz is the first car on pit road. So we'll be able to chew up those guys, I believe. We'll go around one more lap with Surikov on these medium tires, and it is just crazy how long they can push those soft tires. All right, pit this time, if you please. Get on the mediums. 19 laps to go, so we don't have to fill up all the way. 12-second pit stop. Parts are looking good. Go ahead and pit. All right, so we'll see where we come out. There's DeGraff, hopefully making up spots, and Surikov is there in 11th. And there are some drivers ahead of us coming to pit road this time. So that's all well and good. We'll be coming down there with them. And let's go neutral here and see how long those tires lasted. Let's see, so 7 laps and 8 laps. There's really not much of a difference. I guess the only difference it would be is the 15% performance boost we have on medium tires. So we've got Makarova and Fox who have pitted, and they are 13 seconds ahead of us. So it makes me wonder if they did not take fuel and they'll have to take fuel later. But that's fine, because our next few pit stops are just going to be tires only, and we'll be able to just go down and away really quick, hopefully. So we'll keep this up. DeGraff in 13th. Hopefully he can make up some of these spots here. This is definitely a whole new ball of wax for sure. No, you're not struggling to overtake Modi. You're like right there, and you're giving the line up. Hey, Rick, why are you giving the line up? All right, so Marin is on pit road with repairs. So that's going to help us leapfrog a few positions. Unless he was just like repairing a front wing or something. Something really quick. Cars behind are pitting as well. Ribeiro. And he was able to make his tires last a long time. And I tried to do a healthy balance between fuel mileage and tire wear, but it might need to focus more on tire wear rather than fuel mileage. De La Fuente is pitting, and we're not really pushing these guys, so if the leaders decide to have some issues or pit for damage, that would be ideal. Yes, you can get past Stramby. Yeah, old Rick is being held up by the 10th place car, not having a series of good runs. With 15 laps to go, if we can go further into this run and keep a hold of these tires, that would be ideal. That way we stop only one more time, we don't take fuel, we bolt on another set of medium tires, and we're good for the race. At least that's what I'm hoping. Everyone has made at least one pit stop. We're going to have to come down again, and everyone has to make at least one stop, but the question is, if they filled up, can they make their tires last a whole 20 laps? And I mean, that's a tall ask, if you ask me. But both cars running 10th and 11th now, feeling pretty good in the neighborhood, and Surikov might be hunting down Rick. And I can't tell Rick just to let him by. Shifting feels clunky. Yeah, we're going to have to get Toby on the case for sure and get our mechanics in there to repair car number 2's parts. What is the condition, by the by? Yeah, these, hopefully we can last the whole race. We've improved the condition of car number 1, old Rick. But it's just a shame we didn't have time to do car number 2 with Nikolai. All right, so laps are ticking down here. We'll be on for, let's see, 12 laps. The tires went for 8, 8, and 6. Or we've been on these tires for 8 and 6, 7 and 9. Okay, so we will be within the window to get on mediums one more time. It's just a question of getting on pit road here. I think I'll push for one more lap with these guys. And I'll tell Surikov to hold off. So I'll push with Rick. No, 11 laps to go. Crap. I don't know if we can make these last 11 laps. But we don't need any sort of repair or anything like that. Just bolt the tires on. 3 seconds. As a matter of fact, we'll make Rick go down an extra time. Because we got 2 laps with Nikolai. We need to make sure that we are definitely within our window on these medium tires. So 10 laps to go. He's been on these tires for 10 laps. All right. Pit, medium tires, no fuel, no repairs, just 3 seconds, down and away. And old Nikolai is going to have to hang on for a few more laps time. So Lipinen and Krantz are pitting for repairs. That's good to see. And hopefully Rick can make it around. 10% left on his tires and about a half a lap to go. He should be fine. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to push these tires once he exits pit road until we get further in. Well, you won't be behind him anymore. Go ahead and attack and pit for your medium tires. No need for fuel. I don't want to... How much is the gearbox? A whole 30 seconds? No. It's only 5 cars get in the points. It's better to DNF and go for it than to repair, finish the race, and get nothing for it. So we're the second car after 2 pit stops. Fox is 30 seconds ahead. I think Fox has been very carefully adding fuel. Becker is on pit road for repairs. Here we come down. Tires are on, down and away. We're not going to fix your parts. And come out in 10th and 14th. And you cannot push. Just go neutral until we get a little bit closer to the finish here. So Modi will need to pit again. We're 10 seconds behind him. Yeah, it's just all these cars were able to go so fast and pit the same number of times as us. We've moved up to 9th. Everyone is repairing parts. And old Nikolai is making a run of it here. 8th place will be pitting. So we are 7 seconds behind 7th. So unless they pit, we're not going to be able to catch them. So 6 laps to go, 80% on the tires. Yeah, 6th is way in front of us. There's no need to push these tires and put ourselves in a bad spot. But we are 8th. So we are meeting our sponsor objective well. We've got a 5-second gap back to single easy. So hopefully Rick can hold off that 10th place car. 5 laps to go. Nope, ignore. You are going to try to finish this race. All right, catching 7th maybe. Once we go one more lap, I think we'll put it in the push. The standard old push. Yeah, so 8th and 9th, hold in sponsor objective. We need to finish. Okay, so both Team Reds are in the points. Both Team Blues are in the points. Both Grays are in the points. I mean, we might be on target. But 4 laps to go. I don't know if we want to push just yet. Let's push just a smidge. Let's see what happens to our tire wear here. So 3 laps to go, 67% on the tires. I think that will be fine. Enough to withstand. We have 6 seconds to make up here. Yeah, I don't want to push you. We can go a high fuel burn. Though, you know, it's a little sketch, I'm not going to lie. I know tire deg is bad. 2 laps to go. 50% on 2 laps. We might be able to do it. I don't know if we're catching or not, but we are extending our lead on Sangalizi. So we're not going to finish in the points, I don't believe. But we are smack dab in the middle of Team Blue. All right, final lap, yeah. Final lap. Let's go hard. Actually, no, your condition is too bad to go hard. And actually, we don't need to go hard with you either. It's not like we're going to pass anybody, and we're not going to catch anybody, and no one's going to pass us. So let's just cruise. Cruise for the finish. Hopefully someone crashes out. But the race is over. 8th and 9th, assuming we can get through. Oh, crap. There was 7th right there. But 8th and 9th on our first outing with some interesting strategy at hand. I want to see what tires these guys were on, because if they could stretch their soft tires, like, that might be something we can consider for the next race. Cavalcanti is way back there. So Steinman Olibara wins the first race of the season. And this might be a tad bit more difficult than I had imagined. So one medium tire into a soft. So soft, medium, soft. And kind of like us, pitted with 10 on his tires. Yeah, so we went 9 laps on the softs, or 8 laps on the softs. They went 10 laps on their softs. But we were, with Surikov, we were bang on as far as maybe our strategy went. Although if we had switched to soft tires, that might have been something. And I'm seeing a couple of, all soft stops. But I mean, the leaders did intersprinkle some mediums in there. So I'm not sure what we could have done differently. But it's something to work on for the future for sure. Of course, we didn't break any rules. No points. We need to get in the points. Like, we really do. So everyone tied for 12th from 5th on back. It's really tough to get points. But as long as we keep practicing well and getting the cars set up, I'll figure out what the best thing is. Perhaps keeping the car full is not the way to go. So if I can see in practice how long a set of tires lasts, I can put just the bare minimum amount of fuel in. Because I think fuel affects these cars a whole lot more than the GT series. So happiness, did the happiness drop or did it stay the same? Hopefully, it went down 10% because we didn't finish in 5th. But we should be fine. But we did make money from our sponsor, the chairman payment, headquarters income, and we, the sponsor did it. Do we have a pay driver? Sponsor race per payment. Holy crap. Sponsor bonus, Yandami Mole, 8th or above. So that was the 500,000. And then, of course, we can't get the qualifying bonus, so we made money. We can actually make money per race. That's pretty cool. Awesome. And there's the Asia Pacific Cup and the European Series. Before we leave, we'll answer our emails and we'll take a look at Saka Speedworks. See how Saka Speedworks fared in their first race of the season. See what happened here. Car condition, interview, accept. Let's see. He needs to button it. That didn't bother him too awful bad. Pit crew review. Made one mistake, hard fought win. One thing that I want to do is, let's see, on our calendar, we should see, no, like the actual calendar. All right, so interview. So Toby will, hopefully accept the contract on the 21st. So that will be in the next episode. Let's take a look at the standings in the GT International Series. Hammer won. Where did we finish? So we got 2 points here. If we look, Enrica finished 7th and Priest finished 16th. So Enrica still doing the work over there in the International GT Series. Good on you. But you should put Mia in. I'm not telling you how to do your job, but I'm telling you how to do your job. So hopefully Yokohama will treat us a little bit better. It looks like there's a chance of rain for the race. Once again, a medium tire wear, but low fuel burn. I'm thinking that we can shorten up the amount of fuel that is in these cars. I think that's correct. So we'll see you in the next episode, but that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you for the next race in Yokohama. Take care.